There we go. That should be better. I updated my NVIDIA broadcast because it was griping and complaining about it, but apparently it just decided to lose track of my microphone. So there we go. All right, so I was saying, thank you, Mana. Yeah, so anyways, I may have made it to where armor attributes are now, they affect magic now, but I'm going to do something more with that system. So for now, I just got to make sure that this hook-in actually works. So we're at 877, 860, and 867. Let's get an elemental creature out. Let's do a fire drone. Game mode 2, beat me. Oh wait, game mode 1. Here we go. Beat me. All right, so 877, 876. That is a good sign. Damn, yeah, and it's definitely taken the armor bonus there. Here, let me get to full health. Okay, hit me once. Look at that. The armor bonus now, instead of doing 2 health, it does half health, which would be kind of in line. All right. You can just stop now. Thank you. Jesus Christ. All right, so that is working. I don't see. Yeah, lost 68 HP from fire drone being attacked by the fire element. Man, that's a little too strong. We'll probably do something about that. So this little rudimentary system kind of works. That also means I have this whole apply shield protection. I do want to make shields that repel magic attacks. You know, kind of use the new system for that. So we got some things to do. Let me take a quick look at like feedback here. Oh, another thing too. I actually have an issue tracker. Here we go. Crash opening the trait submenu. I swear to God, if this person has the working class mod, trait acquirer. That's strike 1. What was it? The working classes. Right there. Guess what? Working classes F's over all the traits. That's your problem. Well, let me see. So this person, they actually did put the whole thing in too. That was nice of them. We'll just answer this person. The working classes mod screws up the traits for the Rust Mage. This is on the ModDB site. Incompatible. There we go. I was incompatible. Can't fix. Because that mod isn't mine. There we go. Comment. Close. How do I close? How do I close a ticket? Delete? No, not delete issue. Transfer issue. I guess assigned to me. How do you close this thing? This is my first ticket. Ticket number 1. Close issue. Boom. We did it. The first one, y'all. We did it. It's on the mod site, right? It's on the mod site. You're not going to get much more fanfare than that. Okay. So, all right, a couple other things. Let's look at some feedback here, because I'm going to have an update coming out soon. So one of the feedback bits, someone doesn't like the sound that the elemental creatures make. So let's just take a look at it. I can do some things. I can reduce the range. We'll try that first. All right, let's go into drone. Yeah, idle sound range. So instead of 16 blocks, Let's make it maybe an 8 block range. How's that? We'll cut the range in half. Got about 20 seconds of actual stream before I got second ad. Oh, geez. First bug fix. Oh, it's someone else's issue. Exactly, right? I like those kind of bug fixes, though, right? Hey, doing Frontline? Frontline Ninja. All right, so we reduced the sound here. You know what? Wolves actually... They're not as prolific with their sounds as, like, drifters. I use drifters as the, as, like, the baseline. So let's take a look at the wolf logic. Entities, land. You know, chickens would actually be pretty good, too. They kind of cluck a little closer to you. What do we got here? There's only sounds or chicken hurt. Jeez, man. All right, let's just do wolf. Wolf male. They howl, right? Idle sound chance 0. None of these numbers make sense to me. What about like a female wolf? I feel like 0 isn't something that I should be using. Come on, what do we got here? What do we got for a, I mean, the bell? What about the bell? What animals can you hear? See, that just has hurt and death. Deer? Oh, let's take a look here. Idle sound chance 0.5. I don't know. We could try that. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Oh, I already had something in there for idle sound chance. That's fine. So we'll try and do the idle sound chance. If I'm doing the idle sound chance, I'm going to bump this to 12. We'll try that combination. Fireball that in. Boop. It's going to be hard to hear with all this awesome music. Did you update the old Rust Magic, or did you add a new entry? What are you talking about? The whole mod's been updated. If you're talking about what I just released, it's pretty much a different mod. With similar things. Like, I disabled everything and started fresh, so nuked it all. And as I brought in each system, I did a big revamp on it. So good. I'm doing pretty good. How's the dev going? Pretty darn good. Doing all right. I'm glad that the mod is, like, out there. I have to say, it's been less than a day, right? We got a lot of downloads. So the fact that I've only had like maybe 4 or 5 people come up with like issues, it's pretty good ratio. We got 739 downloads so far, less than a day. So again, that's not too bad. And a lot of the issues are not even like my mod's fault. It's like they're, you know, they got to reinstall the game. You know what I mean? So I consider that a win. So I'm doing great. So is that on the original Rustbound Magic page, or did you add a new entry for this version? Oh, that's what you're asking? This is on the Rustbound Magic page. I just reused it. You know, I figure I'm not... I did that before with my Machines mod, and I kind of regret it because now I have this, like, dead page that's just kind of sitting there. I'm never going to do anything with the old version of the mod. My thought was, well, I'll branch it off, and if people want to use the old stuff, they can. If they want the new, just go into history and download it, right? Like, if it's anything less than 1.20, there's no support on it, right? So let's just reuse... Let's reuse the old page. Oh yeah, it's an easy find. Yeah. And I got a couple new pictures on there too, Manaway, so win-win. Okay, so I'm gonna have to kill the sound for a bit. Where's my music? It's one of these. There it is. All right. Let's make this full screen. Let's get... I don't know why I typed in elemental. You know, I hate these butterflies. I freaking hate the butterfly update. And we'll do a water drone this time. Oh, I already had a fire drone on there. 3. Okay, I heard it once. Well, the other one just walked right off. I didn't even think that was that loud either. Not really. So I heard 1. I think that's too little. All right, music time. See, I don't know if this is like a percentage, right? Does 1 mean that it ticks every time? Like, how does the idle sound chance work? I think I gotta build a pen for these guys. I guess a benefit is that means you can keep track of old information from the mod page. They're only relevant to one version, but that's pretty minor. Yeah, and it's such a different mod. Like, if someone wants to figure out how the old one works, warts and all, go ahead. It's still available. You know, you can download it. Not gonna take it away, but just know if you come asking questions, I have no idea. I had no idea. All right. So that was 1. 2. Got any more, buddy? 3. I don't think this is a bad frequency. I think this is good. That's what I think. And you would be within 12 blocks. Maybe I'll reduce that. Let's see. I mean, why don't we make it, since it's a circle radius, let's just make it 10 blocks and see how it is. There we go. So maybe that will work better. Cool. All right, sound has been reduced. What else we got here? Armor. Let's take a look at how protection works. Let me put that music back on. This is weird. Weird not having music. I don't like it. I can't focus with all this silence. There we go. Let's put the shuffle on. And let's start off with, where is it? Crap, where is it? There it is. There we go. Teeing it up. All right. So this is the new handler that I have for damage. Basically, if it's any kind of elemental damage, then we go into here. I do the random here on each armor slot, and this is the same way that the game deals with it. So that hits the armor slot. Which right down here tags the damaging of the item. Okay, so we have flat damage protection. I really hate this game's, like, the whole attack system that it tried to make up with these tiers and the complex math. I really wish it was like Minecraft, where, like, you knew what the progress was, right? Diamond's gonna do more than iron. Iron's gonna do more. You know what I mean? Like, it's overinflated for no reason. So flat damage protection, and then you have the relative protection, which is the percent. But what is the relative protection? Let's take a look at body armor. So, see, this is the thing. Default protection loss, right? So relative protection loss by tier. And I just copied these just because it's what the it's what like the Gambleson armor had, right? And then the flat reduction cost, and then you have another protection modifier on top of it. Like protection tier magnifies it. It's like why is it so complex? Like with the amount of complexity it has, I would expect the system to be better. That's all I'll say. I would expect it to just be better. All right, for tier. So this tags all the tier. If the tier is greater than the protection tier, so the incoming tier damage is greater than the protection tier, then it calculates the loss a certain way. Oh, it reduces it. So it, what is it? Reduce it by half is what that is. So the flat damage protection cuts it right off the top. The percent protection looks like it multiplies it by a percent factor. So if it was 5 and you had a 20% loss, right, of protection, then it would be 4, right? So that's how that would work. Convoluted piece of beep. It's bullshit. All right, so let me take a look at the mage armor. So my idea was you have your flat damage reduction and you have a percent protection. I want to make maybe 1 or 2 new versions of that. I don't want to listen to this one again. There we go. So I want to make a new attribute. I'll apply it to my mage armor where it gives more magical protection. And then maybe I can bump the physical protection down a little bit more. And then I can have it, since I would have it as an attribute, if someone wanted to make a patch to add more magical protection to their armor, then they can. I realize the healing effectiveness. I wonder if I should apply that to the healing spell. Make 49%, so your basically 4 hit point heal turns into a 2. Ouch. So clothing, body armor, protection tier. So this armor takes off automatically 0.7 HP right off the bat, which that is actually an enormous number. That's a pretty big number. I think I'm going to change the armor. Now that I'm understanding this a little better, I think I'm going to change this armor. Look at the percent protection, 70%. So it takes 2 points of damage coming in. And then it does the flat damage first, right? So it takes off, so you're at 1.3 damage. And then it takes 70% of 1.3 damage. You're doing like half a point of damage then instead of 2 damage at that point. That is really strong armor. Yeah, because you do the flat damage first. Jesus Christ, man. All right, we are tweaking the armor here. That's body armor. Wow. I didn't realize I was gearing everyone up as much as I was. Now people are gonna be like, I liked the armor before, Vice, what are you doing? People mad. I'm so mad. Your flat reduction seems pretty high compared to how the base game does it. No, I copied the cloth armor. I think it's like Gambeson armor. I just used the same numbers as that. No wonder why everyone says, yeah, Gambeson armor is like the best. Apparently. Holy crap. Even steel plate, it's only 1.8 flat, right? Well, don't worry, it's not going to be like that for long. Actually, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to do the protection tier. I'm going to do a 0, a 1, and a 2. 0, 1, and 2. There we go. Because your beginning mage robes should not be like, like the freaking Holy Grail. Leather armor stat, actually. Oh, then yeah, I guess I misunderstood what it was. It looked like cloth to me, looking at the texture. So we'll do that. So let me take a look. What kind of cloth what do we got for cloth armor in this game? I'll steal the ideas. Clothing. Yeah, so this is pretty much leather armor. See, I looked at like body, you know, armor body, tailored, you know, I'm like, oh, linen, right? Linen's in there. I'm like, oh, this is cloth armor, right? Apparently not. Yeah, layers of quilted linen quilted together. So this is not leather. This is cloth. That is some strong. I hate this game's. I hate the tier system it has. Like, it's, you know, all the stuff isn't armor, right? You only have so many armor pieces. Like, why can't anything make sense in this game? See, that's leather armor. Leather armor is worse. Look at the leather armor. 60% protection. Holy crap, man. What about some, where's that wood armor? Improvised armor. There, that's what we should have. Improvised armor. Protection tier 0. Maybe I shouldn't do protection tier 0 then. I don't know. Clothes don't give armor, only heat retention. Yeah. That is true. Tailor Gambeson is fancy special. One only tailors can make. The normal Gambeson is also there. Oh, really? Oh. No gams. Oh, there we go. So that's the regular. I don't see. Okay, so it's a little worse. We're talking about by very little. Actually, this is what my armor is, right? 70% with 2. I must have copied this. That's too much, though. That's too much. This is what I propose that we do. Leather armor is worse, but doesn't have movement speed penalty that Gambeson does, which is ironic, right? You ever walk around in leather armor? you lose some mobility. I do. I've done some leather working on the side. I like to go to Ren fairs and stuff, and I make my own like leather gauntlets and stuff. Let me tell you, you try and move in that, it's not only hot and balls sweaty, but it's not easy. I would much rather have like a thick wool, you know, cloth around me. All right, let's. I'm gonna throw some numbers at a wall with this, and we'll just see if they stick. Tier 1 armor. You are a wimpy mage still, right? You're a little wimpy mage. This is what you're gonna have. 40%. 0.04. No, you know what? Yes, 0.04 is all you get. There we go. So basically, you know what? No, we're gonna do a little less. 2.5. So for every 1 point of damage you take in, automatically, if it's you know what? I'm not even gonna mess with the protection tier. I'm just gonna keep it at 2 for everything, because I think this whole protection tier thing was a huge mistake to put in the game. Me personally. It just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. I don't like it. So I'm going to keep everything at tier 2, but basically you have tier 1 armor on. You take 1 point of damage, it will take half a point or 25% of that away. So you're left with 0.75. And then the relative protection, I will take off another 25% of that but we are going to create something new. I'll say relative magic protection will also have 25%. So you take damage from a fireball, right? It will take 25 points, right, off of that health, which is not a lot, right? This isn't supposed to, but it's per piece too, right? So remember, this is going to stack. So it will take off the little bit, and then it gives you a balance between physical damage coming in, like wolf bites, you know, drifters hitting you, whatever. And then magic damage will also be reduced by that amount. Next, tier 2. Tier 2, I expect you to have better armor, right? It's imbued with magic, we will say. Let's make it 50% across the board. 25 to 50. So we take half a point off, and then we take the percentage of 50% of that relative protection off, and also with magic. You know what? I want 50 to be the highest. Because you can also use spells to further negate the value. And I want to make sure that you use those buffs. If you're going to be fighting like the fire elemental boss, you really should have the resist fire spell on. Like if you want to have a good day. So if we start off with that, right? 5/5 relative, the flat relative reduction. I really want it to be 5 because you also have the barrier spell too. You have temperance. You have a lot of like things that you have the agility buff. Trying to think of like the other like physical buffs that you have, but I feel like you have a lot. Proper leather armor isn't bad. Leather armor is worse. Okay, I read that. Those take a long time to make. Used to make leather myself. The armor values were probably inflated because the Rust Mage class is so weak health-wise. Not really. It's you lose 2 maximum health. Right? Like the penalties are actually not as severe. It's kind of on par with like Clockmaker. Like it's not that bad. If you're adding magic armor values, would you consider adding negative values to any vanilla armor? I mean, I'll have to look at the. I have to look to see what I build first to see if something like that should happen. But it's a possibility, right? I can patch anything in here. Oh, 3.5. So 2 to 3.5. That's still not that bad. Yeah, 3.5 health points. You know what it is? I'm always used to having about 10 health when I play. I want to look now. Char cell. Clockmaker. Oh, Clockmaker's 2.5 health. I just added 1. I just added 1. That's all I did. You'll be fine. You know what? Get the temperance buff. It gives you 10 maximum health. Actually, yeah, it gives you 10 maximum health. You'll be fine. Use the barrier spell. It gives you like artificial HP. 5 to, I think it's like 5 to 10 HP. Put some Spirit of Wolf on yourself. You'll be fine. Just have a good diet and you can never even feel the health loss. Exactly, right? That's exactly it. It's perfect. Hardcore death rail. You'll be fine. All right. I really hate this system so much. I'm literally throwing darts at a dartboard here. Cause like you being a mage, I want you to feel like a glass cannon. But you also have fear, you have root, you have daze, You know, you have AoEs, you have projectile spells, you have a series of buffs that could buff every aspect of the game for you. You know, like you have the traps, like the talisman of warding ritual. There are all these things that you can do. You know, like the barrier spells. Like it's you got a lot of survival. Now you got to work for it. I mean, in the beginning, yeah, it's gonna suck to level a mage, just like in D&D. You know, it kind of sucks in the beginning, but you'll be fine. And I want to add shields, magic shields that can protect against magic. And I think I want each shield to be imbued with an element. So you put on the fire shield, right? And then when you block the projectiles with the fire shield, I want it to mean something. So we'll get there. Another thought as well, if mage healing efficiency reduce healing magic, people won't use healing spells anymore because barrier exists and not affected by healing effectiveness. You want to know something though? My current magic spells do not get affected by healing effectiveness. Does not. What you see for that number is what you get. So that shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. You can only heal yourself unless you use regeneration. Then regeneration would, you know, heal for that certain amount. Yeah, it was a reflection about how you thought of making healing magic effective. Oh, yeah. I got you. I didn't know when you came in. I'm not keeping track. But that's true. That is true. God, I want to make more equipment too. I want to make like a necklace that makes blink instant cast. I want to do like all these things. I want to make glasses. So right now you can see, like, I can see that this thing's weakness is fire and the strength is water, right? It's a passive skill that higher mages get called clairvoyance. I think I can see it right now because I think I'm a tier 3 mage. Oh, my little icon is gone. Oh, jeez. I hate when I do that. Move my mouse wheel and I'm like, wait, no. That was a big fireball. Yeah, I gotta look at that too. Let me take a quick look at that. That may be an easy fix. Then we'll come back. I gotta clear my mind. Interesting. So the magic tier here. I think it's actually pushing. I think I got to make it a negative. We'll try and reload. I may have to move that over, or maybe shift it up a little bit. I've got the stream as background sound while I'm trying to troubleshoot my own vintage story woes. It's kind of nice. It's nice when other people are suffering with you, right? That's pretty... yeah, there it is. I see the little icon. So it was hidden. Oh, no. If I make it full screen... Okay, no, never mind. I'm like, is it just not sizing right? Yeah, so if I shrink it, it does stay rooted in the same place. All right, so let's... Oh, what is this? This would be 20, so let's do negative 20 here. Just make that 0 for the offset. Reload again. I'm trying to test mod pack for server going up sometime soon. I've got a local server running, but the client is still taking 14 gig of memory. Yeah, I know how you feel. I had a community server up when we were doing the beta testing, and just having the game load like with the magic mod, it was like 5 gigs. But I had also found out that someone had pulled a Magellan and decided to just explore a lot of the world, going like 20,000 plus down in a direction, and it was the size of the world save that was screwing me over. I don't know if that knowledge helps you, but the world save got me. Interesting. So that did not work. Boom, doom, doom. Definitely not a world save issue. Just gen this. Moved about 10 blocks. Oh, I got you. I had a world save with over 20 gigs for me and my 2 buddies. Dang. You guys really put some love and exploration in that. That's crazy. See, for me, I really wish we had world gen mods. Give me biomes aplenty. Give me a reason to keep exploring. Like I feel like world gen in this, like, it's cool in the beginning, but then once you've seen one plain, once you've seen one mountain valley, right? Like once you've seen it all. I feel like there's no reason. It's not like I suddenly find, oh, this is a desert biome. Look at that. Oh, there's a temple here, right? I'm not walking through. I'm like, oh, look at that. This is a magic forest. Look at these new blocks and these new. I gotta build something here. You know, like, well, that's why you like Better Ruins. But even Better Ruins, like, that would be a mod I would put with the world gen mod, right? Better Ruins is just adding some new things to find, right? Like, I want to see new materials. I want to see the magic forest. I want to see, you know, the glacier tundra. Like, without having to scale 20,000 to 50,000 blocks north to start to gradually go into it. You know, it would be nice. That would be what I would like. There's quite a few world gen mods. Yeah, they are, but have you seen them? They all, like, I look at those pictures and I'm like, I see no difference in, you know, like a plain, like a valley like that, you know what I mean? Like hills, you know, I'm like, this looks like world gen with like some tweaked numbers. This is a bad example for this world because it's very canyonous right now, where I am right now. But, you know, if I went over probably hills like this is where you would see, you know, the big hills, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't see the difference. So I'm not gonna put, and it's all, you know, it's all by the same person too. Like, they put a lot of work in, but I just don't see the difference, you know? It's not a magic forest, you know? It's not like an ocean. Like, the oceans have nothing in them, you know? I just want more reasons to explore. That's all I want. Ruins doesn't fully do it for me. They are the icing on the cake, but you still need the cake part. That's what I would prefer. That, and I would love dimensions. Full-blown dimensions. That's my wish list. I've got Terra Pretty and Rivers. I think the Rivers mod was pretty cool looking. I haven't really played a lot with the Rivers mod, though. Do 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 do. Where is that little icon? It's like not there anymore. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. This is not gonna work well. Crap. I think I have to push the whole thing back 20 blocks or 20 pixels. And then zeroize that icon and then realign the mana bar again. Yep. So that's what it's doing here. this is the cutoff point. So I need to set this as 0. 0. Whoops. With alignment offset, let's do -20. All right, we got to reload again. Now I got to look at those other mods. I got to look at the world gen mods, because I'm pretty sure I've spot checked a couple of them, and I just did not see the difference. Although I also looked at that like Truth and Beauty mod, and I couldn't really tell much of a difference between the chickens and like the wolves. Like there was like a side by side, and I'm like, the back leg is tweaked a little bit, you know, like maybe I'm just used to like, you know, big changes, right? Eye spotting easy changes. Is it fauna? Isn't that the keyword? No, but it's made by the same person. Boo ba doo doo boo 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 boo. Okay, here we go. Here's one. So this is the east. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I look at this picture and I see like I've seen this before, right? I've seen the field. There's like a couple new flowers. But again, right? Like for World Gen, I would expect World Gen, you know? Like it looks like, you know, flat plains. Looks like this is fall, so we're getting some coloration. But you know what I mean? I'm looking again and I'm like, so trees, flat plains. It's like that looks like there's a gravel pit over there, right? We've seen that. And then, I mean, it's a very flat area. This mod adds plants from these. Oh, so that's all these do? So this isn't even, I guess technically it would be World Gen. It's still not, it's not enough to make me go to. Yeah, floral zones, hold on, okay. So what about, I thought they had actual like World Gen ones. Here, bioregions. Let me read this first here. No longer maintaining this mod. Instead, patching my mods for the biomes mod. Let's take a look. Okay. But I can't see any pictures. Can't see any pictures. It's a pretty map. That looks familiar. That looks familiar. All right, so let's look at the World Gen here. Okay, so we got like a big mountain there. Okay. I've seen this kind of, you know, okay, so a couple new trees, but I'm looking at terrain, right? Okay. Big valley. So there's a mountain chunk there, right? But it's like, I can't tell. Is that cloud cover? No. So that would be at least a bigger mountain. That's like a single mountain. I don't know. That kind of looks like a slopey hill to me. I mean, we got a dense forest. I don't know. Maybe this one's not bad. I don't know. What about your guys' opinions? Who's actually like, who uses the biomes mod? Like you tell me if it's actually you know, if it adds that sense of exploration. Because I'm just guessing based on pictures. That's all. This is where I live, right here. This little area. There are multiple little areas here. I have another super flat world. This is all I get to do though. I just get to make mods. I ain't got time to test out other mods. Ain't nobody got time for that. What am I working on? Oh, that's right, the mana bar. Yeah, so the mana bar did tick back a little bit. But that icon is still... The icon is still not there. So fixed alignment, I think, is pretty good. Zero, zero. Let's reset all this stuff. So 20, 0. Let's do minus 20 here. All right, let's reload. So the mana bar should be in the same position, but we should also have the icon to the left now, hopefully. And then I just have to add 20 points to the mana bar. Actually, I would have to shift everything over. It just adds all the biomes to the map. Have you used it though, Manaway? Like, is it good? Like, does it give you a sense of exploration? You know, like finding something new to like build on, or you know, make you wanting to see what's over that next hill. That's what kills it for me here. Like there's no reason to look over that hill because there's probably more generated mountains like this over there. You know, like I've seen it. Cool. What's beyond it? Probably a similar thing to this, you know? Yeah, I don't have links in here, Frontline. Mainly because I have, like, no moderators or anything, so... It's gotta be me to put the hammer down. No idea I didn't use them? Yeah, we're in the same boat. That icon is still it's not there! Oh my god. It's so bizarre, man. All right, let's do one more reload, just to make sure. This is acting weird. Ah, damn, rip, that's fair. Conquest Landform Overhaul mod. Let's see. That icon still isn't there. Oh man. The mana bar, then yeah, it's supposed to render the image. Static image, it's a valid image. Let me try to do a resize here. Yeah, so it has nothing to do with that. I think for this I have to add 20 now. We'll at least get the stuff back in the same position it was in before. Kind of sucks I have to keep reloading the game, but use a couple realism mods that does terrain. I'm all about those realism mods, and then add magic to the mix. It's balance, mana. It's probably not your exact cup of tea, but there are people doing like actual terrain mods. Well, let's see. This is called all mods. So it was Conquest, Landform. So this is it. Is that built-in fog to the image? Oh, man. That looks... I mean, is it supposed to be a glacier? There's like nothing on that terrain. Okay, Aurora Borealis. So, you know, making the picture look better, but it's kind of dark. Like, I guess I can see some of the hills. Got fog down there. I don't know, maybe. I guess it would be hard to get good pictures of like a... I guess I'm you know, I'm thinking of like Minecraft, right? You're spoiled. It's like they had biome lines, so it was easy for them to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's fly around. Hey, look at that biome. Look at that one. Look at that one. Yeah, you know, they can have all these pictures of like all these things you can find. I think maybe I just need to try some. You know, I could look to see... Oh, wow, there's like some setup with this too. Oh, that's nice of them to give you the actual, like, what your land, for, like, scale and everything should be. That's cool. I like that. I do like that. They put in some R&D. Good on you, man. Creative Realms, hey, good on you, Creative. All right, let's keep going here. Ugh. You know what? What if I do this? Let's undo everything I just did. Let's undo it. We're gonna save. I'm gonna fireball this in. We're gonna go back to basics, where the bars and everything line up. I'm going to see if I think I could just lift this whole thing up. Lift it all up like 30 pixels, and I should be good. There's nothing that said it had to be in that position off to the side. I actually think I'd prefer it to be up higher, so there's that like cut line. So now let's go back down to this, and let's just add like 30. Let's add 30 to it and see what it does. I really like this song. I love a realism mod that touched on everything, so I didn't have to filter through 105 mods or so. You want one mega mod that just adds it all. Collaborative mod. Or instead of a mod, what you want is a mod pack that packs all 105 with optimum settings. Weird, it's not oh wait, so I need to do, instead of 20, I'd have to subtract, right, to push it up. Positive pushes it down, minus pushes it up. It's great that mod pack support is on the roadmap. Oh, it is. That's cool. Can't wait to see how that's done. How nice the ModDB page is. Yeah. You know, I kind of would like to see us branch, like get so big we branch into like the Curse Forge kind of space. We need more eyes. Like, this game is definitely awesome, right? It's got some awesome potential. Hey, there's our icon right there. We found it. So what if I do like -60? Exactly. You know me, Vice. It's funny, I thought this would have been a quick thing. It's just a damn icon. That's all it is. It's just a stupid icon. And it's like, it's sinking my battleship right now in the most embarrassing way possible. Oh no, look, it cuts off right there. No. You know what? We may be okay. I'm gonna have to. 60's too much. 60 is too much. Let's do. Can I offer you a nice 45 in these trying times? Can I offer you a nice 45? I have several very small mods that are just wonderful for realism, like immersive wood sawing and immersive wood chopping. So small, but so significant. Nice. I think after this stream, I will. I'll probably have an update to push out. No big crashes though. Knock on wood. All right, knock on wood. Couple issues where it's like the game is messing up a little bit, but I'm good with that. Hey there. Okay, we're starting to see the icon. I just need to bump it. I mean, what are we thinking? Like, is it really 50? Is that our number? Bump it up just enough. Maybe 50 is the number. Maybe it's between 45 and 50. Maybe it's like a solid 48. 45 was just a little too little. Yeah, it's not quite there. Someday it'll grow up. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me, although my OCD eye sees it needs to go over like 2 pixels. Two pixels. And we also have to increase the height here. What if I give it like 120? Let's just shave off a little bit more. How about 47? I think 50 did it. Like it's above the experience bar. I think it was over to the left a little too much for my taste. It needs to come over to the right just enough. Oh no! Oh, it's scaling everything now, huh? Which means that I would have to push everything back down. Okay. Okay, this is gonna take a little more than anticipated. Or maybe an easy way to do this. So the fixed position's fine there. So what if I add 20 to here, here, and here, and then we add 20 to offset those two to make up for the spacing. Did I not? Oh, okay. Just because odd numbers. Just want to throw that odd number in there. You know what, Manaway, though? You would be surprised at how many odd numbers actually make everything align perfectly. In like GUI stuff, more times than not, it is like a 47 that like lines it up just so. All right, there it is. We got the icon back. And I kind of like that position a little more. You know what? It needs to go up a little bit. The smallest nudge up. Little bit. Which means... means I actually have to do something like this. And then that number should be the same for each. So what about a 52? It's probably 51. I think this is going to be one of those things where 52 is too much. 51 is probably going to be right in the pocket. I don't even know I had a song like this in here. I want to listen to... Let's pick another random. I'm setting the mood. I'm just working on a GUI. Oh, you know what? I like that spacing there. There we go. Nice cloud. I like the little spacing. I think we'll keep it. Nope. It's 1 pixel too much. I wanted the same spacing from like the bottom between the health and the mana bar. It was 51. This world is unfair sometimes. 51. All right, and after that, my OCD can go away and we can actually work on something meaningful like the armor system and elemental, you know. All right, pack seems to work and run. Now to add Rustbound Magic and a few other mods that have been updated since I started bug testing this. Hope it works. All right, that looks perfect. Spot. See, Manaway, that's it. It's like you'll see the odd numbers just chef's kiss it more than like the even ones do. I love it. I think that's pleasing to my eye. Although, do you see that it's like 1 pixel over? It's like, this should be a 1. This should be a 1. Which means the bottom should be a 1. It should be a 1. So I'm gonna have to also remove magic. We have to make sure that the green arrows work as well. I may have to move those to like next to the icon instead of being above, because we may not have the space for it above. Sisyphine torment, never ending. Right. I'm still waiting for all the ViesCraft mods to get updated. Look at that. Aligned it perfectly. Oh, my eyes just went like, whew. Mild OCD. It's a thing. Works really well in my field though. I can look at 2 scripts side by side and like, there's your problem, there's a problem. That's different. There's an extra space there. Like I point that right out. That's good. That's great. I'm not spending any more time on this. Oh, let's remove magic. You know what? Let's not remove magic. Let's go into the other test world that I'm going to delete anyways. I will remove magic from there, or I will add magic to that, and then we will artificially give ourselves the mana to be able to level up our tier and see where that icon sits. Feel like eating a banana now. Game mode 2. Unlock magic. So glad I made this wand. Boom. Thank God. So glad I made this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're in the pocket. So I do not see the little arrow up sign, which means this should probably have like a plus 20. Put it to the left of the icon so it really grinds your eyes. Now! No. Why would I want to hurt myself? Why would I want to hurt my eyes? I like my eyes. They help me see my video games. Hey, we got arrows right there. Now, how high can I put those? What if I bump it down? Let's lift it 5 more pixels. 5 more pixels. just enough to where maybe, you know what, actually, I kind of like that it's even like that. I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe if I put it in like an awkward place, it would make people pay attention to it. Like, I gotta level up just to get rid of it. I hate it. I hate the position. Oh, how high can it go? This is kind of like for science right now. I hate it. Put it directly in the middle of the screen, make it 10 bigger. Yeah, right. You can't do anything else. You can't really play until it's called mage cataracts. You just see your level up. You're gonna be talking to your therapist. Back when I was growing as a mage, all I could see are these green arrows. I was blinded by them. Obsession does that to us sometimes. No, you don't understand. The guy who made the mod's a jerk. He did this to me. I'm gonna put one more space in there. You know, I'm gonna put 2 more spaces there. All right, this is probably gonna be it. I'm just gonna put the arrows right next to it. People with eyes can see. You'll know what the arrows mean. That's what I was thinking. Annoying position so people pay attention to it. I just gendered on world to test the additions to mod pack, and I found like floating chunks of rock. Maybe it's magic. That has nothing to do with my mod. It wasn't magic. I swear. All right, there we go. So those icons work. Okay, let's get out of this world and let's just do something else. All right, so let's go back into armor. Armor. Boo-doo-doo. Okay, here we are. So this is what it would look like. Percent protection, 50%. Tier 2. Flat damage reduction. Percent protection. And then I should have like elemental percent protection. Magic percent protection, right? And then an additional 50%. All right, where's my armor? Here it is. So tier 3. I think having 50% on both is good. I think that's good. Would people agree that these stats, your armor's not going to be as great as plate, or, you know, the tailored amazing Gambeson armor, right? But you're a mage, right? Like, you gain incredible magic stats for having this mage armor on. Like mana regen per tick, and you will have magic protection. I think these stats are good. Tier 3 lockdown. Tier 2. Maybe I can hit you with a nice 35. 35. 30, 35. Or, you know what, instead of 35, why not just do a 40? 40. The flat reduction rate. What if I just drop it by 1 point? 0.04. 40%, and then I'll do 3 for 30%. Do you think that would be acceptable? What do we think? So this would all get a bump up. Nice, simple, across the board. It's not going to give you as much protection for like slashing weapons and stuff, but those fireballs coming your way, you know, it's going to help immensely. More so than anything else that's in the game will. But you will still get some kind of protection because the flat reduction rate would apply. So what are we thinking here? I'm thinking that's good. I'm thinking it's pretty good. So leather and gambeson are offensive armor because they give a decent... Oh, your takeout just arrived? Nice. Give a decent protection while not hindering you as much at all. Metal armor is defensive because it focuses entirely on protection while hindering you. What if there were types of armor like that for magic? A type focus entirely on defense that doesn't give much mana or anything. Or another type that is mana spell buffs with less magic resistance. Oh, I forgot. Twitch eats information. My bad for the wall of text. It's all good. I say play it, see if it fits. I mean, this is my big hurdle to something like that. I would like to have, you know, like different classes of armor. I have to make the model and the armor for this stuff, and it's literally hiking up a mountain for me. It's really hard for me to do. The model work and then getting it like tied to the character, it's painful. Which is why we still don't have the necromancer armor yet. I have to be in a mood to do that. And then to make like plate armor, right, that just gives better magic defense. Why it's like, if that's the case, my mage armor is supposed to be what you wear when you are a spellcaster. I can see maybe having regular armor and then having like a magic shield, or maybe an enchanting system to where you could put the protection bonus on other pieces of equipment too. You know, there are other ways to do this other than a static set for this or another set for this, right? Because I mean, you were right? We have like tank armor, we have kind of like melee DPS armor. And what I'm trying to make is the DPS mage armor. Yeah, model work is a pain. It kills me. And all my streams, anytime I've had to bring up model work for like a block entity, I piss and moan about it. I complain. I drag my feet. That's when you start getting some unique stuff, right? I'm like, instead of doing the model, right, let's make a new spell. Let's do anything else. Spell that gives armor absorption. Well, possibly. See, the problem is, like, I have the agility spell, which decreases the speed reduction modifier. It's hard to tap into the protective modifiers. I could try, but it's really hard to tap into them. But now that I'm actually going to be making my own system for it, maybe it won't be as hard to do it. In which case, you know, I can make a spell like toughness, right? And maybe that just gives you passive damage protection too. Or it could just be called like a mage barrier, right? Or, you know, like some kind of like magic barrier or something where it actually, like, protective barrier gives you mitigation protection as if you had armor on that stacks with the armor you already have, right? Like, there are a lot of ways I can do this stuff. Okay, let's actually make the relative magic protection. Let's make that a thing. This is where I have to see if I could even do this. Probably should have done this before. Oh, you son of a bee. I may have to make my own protections modifier. percent prot magic. Let's do prot mods dot high damage tier resistance. Yeah, I have to relative protection. Crap. Okay, let me look at this. What do we got? Protection modifiers. I don't think I need to do this. I think I'm overthinking what I need to do. I have something already. I gotta find the file. Where is it? It's going to be in the systems section. I don't think it's an abstract. No, it's definitely not an abstract. Buff timers, that's the workbench. The effects, magic stat modifier, this is it. So what if I put something else in here? Okay. Let me think this through, because this could significantly reduce my workload here. What did I name this thing? What was the name going to be? Percent protection. You know, I'll say percent magic protection. You know, I'll use this. I'll use this variable here. Lowercase relative magic protection modifier. Is this a float? Is this a float? Yep, it is a float. Okay. Which means I could get rid of this. Copy paste. I'll say magic protection modifiers. And this is going to be magic stat modifiers instead. So I don't have dot protection modifiers here, but that means that in wearable, yeah, see, so we have protection modifiers as a variable here. Item wearable attachment. Oh. What is this being used here? What is this being used for? Bunch of things, you son of a bee. Oh, all this is doing is just taking the JSON part. Oh, this is all informational stuff. High damage resistant tier. Okay. You know what? I can get past all that. We'll get armor slot item stack. All right. Armor slot item stack. Dot. All right, I keep clicking on this. I need to move this over. And I need to come down to the part where I load assets from a JSON object. Stat modifier. Okay, this part I will copy. I'm just going to move this over here too, so I can see both side by side. Right, so we're going to put something in here like this. JSON object needs to be defined. I'll get back to that footstep sound, because that's not what I want. Okay, paste that in. JSON object, we're gonna have to import the data structure and attributes, show potential fixes. So attributes are gonna be something we need to make as well. Which we will do right here. I need to add that. Let me go back to attributes. Try merge stack. Item stack attributes is what this should be. So this is where I need to say like armor slot dot item stack dot attributes. And I can say, what's the best way to do this? Let's get rid of that. I think what I really need to do is just call an attribute for the stat that I'm looking for. Armor durability loss. See, we're looking for warmth condition. Let me take a look at the items again to keep track. So I would be looking for stat modifiers by type. No, magic stat modifiers by type. So this right here, I would cut and I would like put it in here. Yeah, that way I don't mess with the in-game protection system. I'm just making my own that is for magic only. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting closer. You know, I just need to find where protection modifiers are. Whoops. So basically this is what I would want to copy. Yeah, I know. Exit, stop. Just stop the game. I know there's a bunch of problems. I just want you to save my work. That's all. Don't give me lip. Just save my work. There we go. So instead of protection modifiers, oh god, I wish I had a third monitor right up there. Be fantastic. There we go. So I want magic stat modifiers. All right. So we're looking for magic stat modifiers in the JSON object. For the JSON object, we are looking at armor stack, item slots, and then attributes. Assigned particulars, item stack, which are saved and synchronized, cannot explicitly convert iAttribute to JSON object. How am I pulling this out somewhere else? How am I doing this? Oh wait, do I have to do dot item? Ah, that's what it is. All right. So there we go. That's fine there, which means I can just come down here. Do that. Which means that can go away. So if it sees magic stat modifiers and the object exists, Now I can start manipulating the data here. So for this right here, let's copy that. Paste that in here. I know I'm missing some chat. Let me take a quick little break here. Regular leather, that's where I really want my magic to come in and help. Traditionally, mage armor is armor spell, adding to clothing externally, regardless of what people are wearing. Yes. Yes. Yes, I shall say. We're just going to comment this out. Bam. So in here, I want to manipulate that information, right? So in here, right, I need to get the float value. So if that exists, let's do JSON object dot, and I want to say, like, there should be, maybe it's not a get float. I think I have to do, how do I pull out specific JSON information? I think what I need to do is say, like, JSON object dot as float with a default value of 0f, right? Because I would be getting this item stack attributes, magic stat. Oh, you know what? It's not. It's technically not the magic stat modifier I would be looking for. It would be. Gotta do a couple things here. 0f. There we go. I would have to initialize it out here and then jump in here, but it's not magic stats modifier. We're gonna have to do a couple checks here, because this is nestled down a little bit. Really, it would be relative magic protection. So it would be that. So I will check to see if the one exists. Do I have something else here? I don't know why it's coming up not shorthand. Oh, because of that. All right, whatever. Now let's cut this out. There's going to be an if statement here. Paste that in. Copy paste. This would be object 2 as float. So that's our percent magic protection, which means I can get rid of that, which means I could come down here and start popping in the math to calculate the damage based on that, because at this point it's only elemental damage that got this far. Let's put in a couple print statements to make sure. RMR references dot logger. I gotta make sure this is actually being called. So we will put in a 1 here. And then right here, we're going to make this one a 2. And we are going to add damage to it, because I want to see what the damage number difference is. Since this is only on, what piece of armor is it? Only on the legs? Oh, this is the whole apply shield. Why do I have system text JSON nodes as a thing? There we go. Cake. Save, build. Okay, let's hop in the game. Let's see where we're at with all this gobbledygook. So by having the legs equipped, it should be pulling the new information out. Maybe. Potentially. And then doing the reduction of, in this case, it's tier 3 armor, so it would be a 50% reduction. As if I take off the legs and get hit, the number should change, right? Come to me. That was just straight up 2. Hey. Straight up 2. Straight up 2. All right, so something happened here. It is no happy. So should it be 0 or should it be 1? I'm going to change this. I think the 0 wasn't what I need to do. I think 1 maybe needs to be the baseline when pulling that attribute information out. We shall see. Ah, delicious. Hit me. Oh, look at that hit. Woo, right to the moon. Let's see. Vintage Story API, common, item slot, item stack, get, returned, null. Oh, is there no check in here? Is there no check to see if the armor slot... Hold on, let's take a quick look. Yeah, because armor slot, there is one that is null. I can get rid of this. So it's relative protection. Can I just put a question mark here? Would that be enough of a check? How does the base game do it? We got wearable stats, right? So they're pulling up the inventory manager. Okay, so here's armor slot. If armor slot is empty, oh, well. This whole thing probably should be in here. Let's not put a question mark there. So right after here. So if the armor slot is empty, or it is not a wearable item, or The durability is 0. This. Yes. I don't need to do anything else here. I just need to return the damage that would otherwise hit you. All right, let's hop back in. All this stuff is so complex, but it'll be cool once it's all sorted. Just in time for 1.21, the combat update, where it throws all of this intricate system stuff that I'm doing right now right out the window. It's so great. I mean, at this point, it's less than a day of work. All right, there we go. Hit me like a truck. 2.5 damage. Okay, that is the damage that it does default. Let's put the leggings on. Hit me. Did only 2 damage that time, which would make sense because the 0.5 got cut right off there. The 0.5 got cut right off, but that also means it did not pull stat from this. So I need to have a couple more print statements in here. You know what? This may actually have to be 0 now. Maybe that has to be 0 now. As float with the default. See, in here, why don't I do % magic protection? I can get a snapshot of it there. I can actually get a snapshot of it here after it does the calculation. So I can get a before calculation, after calculation, and then what the actual damage is. Resulting damage. Zero, 0, 2. Didn't even call 1. So it did not see relative magic protection. That is fair. But what if we get rid of that? Maybe it just needs to look at this. Hit me. 220. So I'm not pulling the correct JSON out here. It's not coming into here, so it's telling me armor item stack item attributes, the relative magic protection. That's what it's called, right? Bum, 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 bum. There we go. I copied that out. Yep, I did a direct copy right there. I am kind of curious to see if it sees this as the... Wait, I'm pulling out JSON stuff elsewhere. I'm doing it in... Oh, boy. Block Station Obelisk. Somewhere I've already figured all of this stuff out. No, entity. The entity block entity Station Obelisk. Here we go. There we go. Base block attributes does not equal null, right? So we get base block attributes, multi-block structure cap. So that's pulling up the whole array. And then I get as object null. Maybe this isn't a good one. I have another window around here, don't I? Magic stat modifier. No, that's not it. Wearable. So it's neither of those. I'm going to close that out. It's not that. Maybe it's this one. Magic modifier. So I need to pull up the JSON object, and then I need to look to see if a key exists. And then I should be able to pull the attribute. All right, JSON object. JSON object. Get rid of that. I'm going to focus on just this relative magic object. And is it item? Is it going to be item? Item stack dot. Because, I mean, I have an item stack attributes as well. Attributes assigned to this particular item stack, which are saved and synchronized. Now, I am curious, what about block attributes? Custom attributes, that's always associated with this item. Oh, so it would have to be dot item. Or is it item attributes? Attributes assigned to the underlying block or item should not be modified as it applies globally. Item attributes, custom attributes, that's always associated with this item. Okay, so this is the same as the block attributes. I'm just looking for relative magic protection, which exists in the leggings. Yep, copy paste, that was identical. Now I say if this does not equal null and the object exists, then I should get magic protection. All right, let's do a quick save. I'm gonna do a reload. Enhance your Discord experience with Streamlabs. Cool. Do 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 boom 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 boom. All right, so I should have magic protection. Hit me. Damn it, still reading 0. Oh, what's the best way to do this? I mean, you should be pulling it out, right? And I'm pulling it out as a float. And I'm looking to make sure that the key exists, which it does exist. And this is not null. We hit up the armor slot, so it goes through this, this, and this for the armor slot. Wait a minute. Is this really how the armor system works? It rolls a random and it says if you roll, what, 0 through 20, then it picks the head slot. If you roll 20 to 50, it picks whatever the next slot is, and then everything else picks this slot? Is that why things are weird? What item slot are the leggings? I have, you know, I made a constant of this. I can check. What number are the leggings? This may not even be reading each hit, it may just be reading 0. Because it's not picking the leg slot. So I can force that. It's further down. Thought it was at the bottom. This is magic information. Oh, what is this called? Something to do with armor. Oh, come on. Crap, what was it? Oh, here we go, here we go. There's an enum for it. So 14 is legs. Cool. So all I have to do is that. $14 legs. So it should override whatever random it does. Hit me. Oh, wait, don't hit me. Okay, hit me. 2.2. That's different. Hit me. It is not hitting. Oh, because it's not going deep enough. It's just returning this because I have nothing in that slot right now. All right, let me get another piece of armor. GM 2, well, GM 2. Let's just get like basic leather leggings. Here we go. These. You know what? Let's do the gambeson, right? Is there anything that's like 0.5? I think leather may be the easiest. Yeah, we'll do this one. Hit me. Oh, GM1. We were friends in that mode. 2.05. Okay, so there is a difference from having a magic modifier to none. Give me one more time. Yep, it's not a fluke. If I put these back on. Okay. Which would make sense because these have the 60% reduction. My other ones had a 50% reduction with a lower value for the initial hit. What I can also do, let's pull up the JSON files. Phew, that was a big meal. Way too expensive. I really should not order takeout. Yeah, let me tell you, like, takeout's ridiculous. And the crappy part is, like, I don't have a lot of good food. I was just saying this last night. I'm like, you know, I would love to have a place where I could just get really good fried chicken. There's no place around me that has really good fried chicken. There's no place around me that has, like, good Indian food. We have like mediocre at best Chinese food like around here. And I mean, I say mediocre at best because there was only one time where I'm like, you know what, I probably won't, you know, have explosive diarrhea after this, but the taste still kind of really sucks. It's sad. Sad state we're in. What was I doing? Now I'm thinking of food. So this is oh shoot, I added it to tier 1. Tier 1 was the only one that was actually getting the magic protection. I don't want to talk about this. We're just gonna pretend that it's always been tier 2 that gave the mana reduction. And the rest of the tiers just did nothing. They did nothing at all. There we go. So tier 3, the armor, the leggings we have now that we're testing with is what's going to give the armor reduction. That means I could pull out the other leggings that give the same for all the other stats, right? Because really the big difference is one has extra reduction, one doesn't. they both will have the flat damage, which is going to be half, right? So I should be seeing like 2 damage instead of 2.5. All right, let's get some crappy leggings here. Apprentice trousers. Here we go. We'll get the plain ones here. Let's attune them. All right, hit me. Hit me. There you go. You wake up, bro? There we go. All right, 2.2. Hit me. What's going on with this thing? There we go. 2.4. Okay. So that did hit me harder. Oh, I'm a dummy. I gotta do one more thing. That doesn't prove anything. 5 and 5. All right, one last load. All right, buddy. $2.2. 2.2. Okay. So that tells me that it is taking the same off the top now. Either way, my big problem is the fact that it is not reading the JSON. So it is not reading this. It's marking it at 0. Relative magic protection. Oh my god, I gotta pay more attention. Right, so that's where the magic relative protection is. No, okay, this is fine. Never mind. All right. So why am I not able to pull out the information that I need? Magic protection modifier. Mana bar, drone, workbench. Here we go. Magic stats. Here we go. So we're looking at just the leg for this. Get remaining durability. Okay. I'm getting the protection modifier. Percent magic protection. I guess that should be 0. Item stack attributes. And that should be it, right? Custom attributes always associated with this item. I don't know, does anyone understand this this whole system a little more, maybe? Armor legs. Yeah, it should be right there. I'm gonna bring something back in. This is gonna be 0. I want to see if it gets to 0 and sees this, but it can't get past that. That means that maybe I need to do something, I don't know, fancier. Here. It got to it. It got to 0. So it sees this. So I probably have to do something off of that JSON object then, right? So I could do JSON object dot. I was gonna say, is there an attribute for this? Has attribute to attribute. There it is. There it is. We did it. That's basically what it needs to be. That's what it needs to be, really? Really? So I get the JSON object here. And then with that JSON object, the fact that it exists, I can then try and get the secondary object, which takes the JSON But why can't I just go right to magic protection from this? I feel like this is like extra steps, but as it sits right now, I don't care as long as it reads it. I'm going to do a quick reload, make sure everything's on the up and up. There we go. That was a lot of magic reduction too. Like it hit for like 1.2 damage instead of like 2.5. 50% is pretty beastie. Hit me. There it is. $1.61 damage. So let me think it through, right? Let's take a look at the stats. We start off with 2.5 damage. The flat damage reduction, so that would be 2, right? That would be 2. And then a 50% reduction on top of that. You think it would be 1, but floats are never exact numbers. So let's take a look at the math. So that is our protection loss. And if you look, and this is what I tried to explain to people. When you're using ints, you could do like by like comparison. When you're doing a float, you cannot. Because this right here, I calculate the magic protection, right? Here. Right? And basically between two... Let me, oh, here. I got 2 statements for 2, right? So it rolls this. I think 1 is the client, 1 is the server, maybe? Yeah, tier 1. Right, but I mean, we got these 2 floats here. It looks like it may be closer to the second one. Right, because it would be 2 damage minus... You know, that's not even right unless it's doing this twice. Let's pull out a calculator. How is this actually working? Because I copied right from calculator. This is exactly how it works in the game. This is probably why none of this shit makes sense to anyone. Trying to figure out, and it's bullshit, right? Right? Easy. We're at 2. So let's take 0.48. I'll just do that plus 0.47. That equals 9.5. Again, that's an estimated thing. And then you take that minus 1. Minus 2. So that would be 1.05. So how am I getting the damage value here? Let's let it hit me again. So it's calculating it the same. And it's seeing that we're getting 0.5 in statement 1. I should probably put a colon space. That way it's a little easier to read. And then it's going through this, and it's seeing, right, the percent lost. Oh shit, this is a variable. Right, this is a range. It's what this is. So this is injecting randomness to it. Between this and this. Not even randomness. It looks like it's looking to see if the per tier relative protection loss in array slot 2. So it looks to see if this is here. If not, it defaults to the first thing in the array. And then it uses that as a flag to then come down to here. Okay, so I guess the math is making sense. It is not cut and dry, though. 50% is not 50%. It's like 50% minus, in this case, 1.5, right? So let's do some new math. We'll start off with 2. Oh, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's do .48 plus .47 plus .15 equals 1.1. Well, I guess that would be closer, because it's 1.16 is what we're getting. And I guess if you do add this and kind of round up, right? That would actually get us closer. Right? I mean, this is kind of making sense. 8 and 7. Because that could be rounding up too. God, I hate this math. But you know what? The fact is, it is doing something potentially. Let's put on the leggings that have no protection. All right, that one hit hard. Yeah, look at that, 2.2. Which means that thing just rocked me. Me again. Bam. 2. So that one, see, the number's coming up as 2.2 damage, but it took away 2 bubbles. This game's damage stuff, it doesn't make sense. But you know what? There is a difference here. I'm just using the game's calculations, right? So I have to assume that it's doing something between the two. Right? Because that hit me for 2 bubbles of damage. If I put this on, 50% reduction, right? That was actually not that bad. I wonder, oh, you know what? This damage? It's doing an inverse flip here. Right? Because it's damage multiplied by this number. And that's not really my damage value anymore, right? Because it's hitting me for like less than a bubble now. It used to be like 2.5, right? Let's get hit again. Here, wait. We'll go by visuals on the bar. So that hit me for a little over 2, which I guess makes sense. Let me look at the drone. I did recently change the drone damage. Just make darn sure. Oh, seek entity. I'm like, where's the damage? 2 damage. No, 2.5. 2.5 damage is what it's supposed to be. But I do have protection on. So I would have to assume, yeah, the 0.5 reduction. So yeah, we would get 2 damage. And we see that. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Let's put these on. So taking that a step further, that's the random. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. So it could be doing that random of those 2 numbers. But that's about 50%. So now let's change it. Let's go into into here, right? And let's say 10% reduction. Right? Smaller number. I'm just going to move this over. Y'all are going to have to believe me with the numbers I tell you. Screenshot or it didn't happen. It's called Vice Math. It kind of works. It works enough to where most people won't know unless you're a mathematician and something seems funny to you. That's not true, RNG. What is he pulling under there? Wait a minute. All right, hit me. Look at that. Right? So it's definitely less protection. Should be 2.5. Would have been down to 2. And then it hit me for... I mean, I guess that's good. There, hold on. Don't hit me again. There, now hit me one more time. Yeah, see, it's a random. It's between a random range. I think this is working out pretty well. It's 10% plus whatever, like from the 10% to 10% and a little beyond, right? Could even go in the negative for it. With the variables, right? So it could be like 9% to 11% or whatever. But okay, I think this is working. Now what I need to do is, first of all, a bunch of undos, right? So I need to copy this into the tier 2. And this is going to be 4. I'll put the zeros in. The zeros get pruned out. So the tier 2 armor would give 40%. You know what? It's not going to give 40%. Let's do 35%. And then this one would be 20%. And then the damage reduction, should the flat damage reduction just be 0.5 across the board? I think it should. I think it should. That way the armor doesn't feel like even low level armor will feel better, but it will just scale better from there, right? You will feel the 50% reduction in damage, plus whatever magic bonuses that you have as well. But this grants people protection, the first real protection for magic through armor. I love it. This is perfect. Now time for the shields. Just kidding. Not doing the shields yet. Here, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna make a comment. This was to test with just legs. Cool. Okay. That should be that. Let me at least take a look at the apply shield protection. What is it doing? Unabsorbed damage equals damage. Horizontal angle protection range. Okay, whatever. Left hand item slot. Right hand item slot. Weird. You can have a shield in both hands. It's kind of weird. Just went to bed, phone. Banned, bitch. Yeah, that's right. I can stream and admin. Man away. Yeah, I went to bed. Yeah. Make sure you get some rest. Listen to the soothing voice of Vice. Soothing. I could do like a Shatner. Rock a bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. I will stop. Let me take a look at the shield. I don't think I've ever looked at the game shields. It was one of those things where, like, I knew, like everyone knew, the shields didn't work at all. Or if they did, they were horrifically bad. So they may be good now. Let's actually take a look. Wearable? No, it wouldn't be wearable. No. It would be a tool, right? Tool shield. What kind of attributes are we looking at here? So there is a literal shield attribute. Protection chance, passive projectile, active project. What's a passive projectile? Passive, active, projectile damage absorption by. Oh, okay. Oh God, is this like another bullshit thing? The Blackguard, the metal shield. Wow, the Blackguard shield absorbs the most damage. It's kind of baller. These are the transforms, mold rack, okay. Durability gains. I have no idea what that's about. So I can create my own, like, projectile, or not even projectiles. I could do damage absorption by type, and I could just have it be magic absorption. Passive projectile sounds like spikes on the ground, but why would that be a projectile then, right? A projectile, I would think, is something that is launched, not necessarily like it would be like a spike trap if the spikes shot off like arrows, right? I mean, that's what I would think. I could be totally wrong though. I guess we'll see. So what do we do here? We look to get the shield. We get all of the attributes in the shield. Ooh, that's nice. Which means then we look in here to see if we have other attributes in that JSON object. Oh, so that is how you do it. And then you look to see if that exists, which I did up here, right? That's what this was. I saw the magic stats modifier, saw that it exists, and then I went further to get the next step from the object to another object, and then check that. Perfect. Okay, that makes sense. And then aiming, passive, projectile. I'm gonna leave this kind of as is. But know that I know that I can come back to this and make magic reflection or absorption shields. But we don't have to build Rome in a single day here. Right? We don't have to do that. When they hit you, but you are not actually moving. Oh, okay. Interesting. Your movement actually affects the damage. That's pretty neat. I don't know that. All right, let's do GM2. Look at that guy. He's just staring at me. He wants to eat my biscuits. Let me actually pull up a shield. So let's pull up like a good... What's the Blackguard shield, right? That one's supposed to be beefy. There it is. Strong enough to hold the line. You know what? I actually like that. This is gonna sound silly. I've never used a shield before. Oh, you crouch to block? Hit me, bro. Oh, wait. GM1. Let's make... Oh, wait. GM2. Let's make it daytime. If I'm gonna get mugged, I want to see the person who's doing it. All right. This is blocking everything. Is this what shields do now? Shields already block magic spells, everyone. You're welcome. Because, believe it or not, their melee attack is magic attack based. So whatever element they are, that guy, every melee swing is doing pure water damage to you, not blunt or anything. It's water elemental damage. Oh. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. You know what? Why am I giving you all barrier spells? Take that barrier spell right out. You got a shield. Cool. All right, so that's done. Oh, we got to go through the other bits of armor. I didn't rebalance everything. Whoops. We just did it for the legs. That's all we did it for. Did it for the legs and the lulls. It's gonna be the same thing though for each one of these, right? So let's come on down to here. Ew, this doesn't look right. Copy. Protection tier. Oh, okay, that's tier 3. Protection tier. Tier 2 does not have a protection tier, so let's make it 2. Tier 1 does. With the 20% bonus. Okay. So that means tier 1, which is this right here. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be 20. This will be 5. Then 2. That also means down here in the magic modifier section, we have to put this in so you get the protection. I think people are going to like this. Tier 2. I'm giving and I'm taking away. Giving and taking away. The armor became a little weaker, but it actually protects against elemental damage now. So like a lateral move. It's beautiful. All right, that's good. All right, let's go to tier 3, which is here. Tier 3 is 50%. Bam. All right, head is done. Body is the same. Come up to tier 1. Crap, what was tier 1? 20%. 20. Make this 5. 20. Perfect. Tier 2 is 3.5. 5. Paste. 35%. Tier 3 is 50%. 50 right here. 50. All right. That's it. And what people can do with this system is, if you want to make a mod, like you want to make your own heavy armor magic mod stuff, all you have to do is you make patches of this. This is all you would add to the attributes, right? And the same row as your protection modifier for your armor, whatever your stat points are, you would just put in magic stat modifier by type, and you can calculate your mana, you can give mana regen, you can make anything you want. Now you can put the relative magic protection on that list as well. I think it's pretty good. So people can make what they want. Awesome. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Let's see, let me check my phone. All right, I'm gonna send a quick text. There we go. I got 10 minutes all. Barrier spells don't drain your hunger meter for holding something in offhand, which is the first place. Which first place is silly and stupid mechanic. Yeah, it does not. It's a passive thing. Sweet. So that is done. Okay, so that all the armor has been updated and tweaked. Let's do a quick look here and just kind of take a look to see what feedback we're getting. How to make a utility block. All right, so there's nothing new in there. Let's take a quick look here. Anything in main chat? It's got something in main chat. Oh, okay, I see what, okay, I see the floating chunk there. All right, anything else in here? We're talking about bow torn being, pains in the butt. Oh, someone's talking about base game stuff. Scale armor could be interesting. All right, what about in here? So far, there's nothing. One of the things we'll have to see, spells. Oh, spells that aren't just AoE. Yeah, we'll get there. You got projectile spells for now. All right, so there's nothing there. Let's look at the, so that was all Discord. Nothing about people being like, oh my god, you gotta change this. Let's do a quick refresh here. Check the comments. All right, so what is this? So something with classes mod. I would never think that class mods, like the classes mods, would be so mean to other mods that are trying to add a class. Like it's like direct competition for some reason. Like they all need to start playing nice. Like how about instead of like replacing every other class in the game, why don't you have an option in there to like do an ad? Just keep the rest of the stuff and just do an ad. Or at least state like, hey, if you install this mod, it wipes out all the traits here and it wipes out traits there and it erases classes, right? You know, just tell them what they're gonna do. So I don't have to. 10 times in a day. All right, so there's nothing there. Let's take a quick look at the new issue tracker. Oop, what do we got? That's what I'm talking about. I think this is ready to sail. It's ready to send out. I never finished submitting this, which means I'm gonna have to go through it and do it again. Crap. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I think I will probably call it here and raid someone so I have a little time to actually talk in the chat with the people. The next update is going to add this new armor system stuff, right? Its armor's gonna actually be affected by spells. Created a new attribute. Mage armor is now more like mage armor and protects you from magic more than other things. Fixes like seaweed and all under like aquatic plants will not get changed into rift blooms with rifts. Sound tweaks on the elementals, their idle sounds. A bunch of like light kind of stuff, but a lot of changes. So we are sitting pretty. If I don't have any other complaints, because like what I want to do right now is I don't want to work on a new big system and then suddenly realize there are crashes and stuff I have to fix, but I have to gut, you know, a lot of that new system, which is just extra work because I have to put it back to the way it was to fix a crash, to then push it back out. I don't want to deal with all that. So after a couple days, if things settle down, we will start working on the new wish list for this mod. I updated the let's back up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Here it is. So right in here, the roadmap. It's gonna either be bringing wyverns in, just working on bosses in general. Maybe we'll do a new like drain life spell and actually kind of make use of the new channeling system I put in, or start mapping out this one right here, looking into a minion system, summoning a skeleton or an elemental. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to summon an entity. It may not be a skeleton. I think it would be a better idea to have it to where you could summon an elemental, right? You could summon an elemental of whatever your attunement is. You know, that way it makes sense, right? If I'm attuned to light, I probably would want like a fire elemental or, you know, something along those lines. But trying to really think about a minion system that isn't super overpowered, but is going to be awesome to, you know, imagine having this guy as your minion. Oh, you dick. Not this guy, because he's going to blow up when I'm done with him with Corpse Explosion. But someone like him, right? And imagine having slots, like a slot right here to put an upgrade core to make him more powerful. Or another slot here that would put elemental armor on. Or you could click on their hand, right? And get that slot to put a sword in. You know, where you can outfit your pet with gear as well, like the old school EverQuest magician, right? They can conjure all the pet items, and you could trade the swords and stuff to your minion, and then they can use them. Maybe, but that's coming. That's coming. All right, let's find someone to raid. Who is streaming? Probably a lot of people, right? Unless the vintage story claim to fame is already tapered off. Nope. We got a lot of people. Ooh, who should we raid? Anyone with you know what I'll do? I'm gonna look to see if anyone has a mana bar. If anyone's actually playing the mod. Oh, I saw him, like, oh, I see one. It's me. And that boy was me. I don't see anyone here. This guy says he's drinking. I don't know. Who should we raid? Does anyone have like a favorite streamer? Now's the time. I'm very I can be persuaded. Except for the one that's like on tea break right now. Napsor? Yeah, sure. Why not? Sounds good to me. Napsor. Boo-doo-boo-boo-doo. Swedish dude? Alright. Let's pop in with the raid then. Slash raid Napsor. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me. Yeah, the launch of the mod has been pretty smooth. And again, right? Like there are going to be bits where there's still things that need to be ironed out, right? I'm hoping that people kind of will give me feedback and say like, hey, can't really find elemental crystals, need something else, right? You know, this doesn't feel good. You know, this spell feels too powerful, this one feels too weak, right? And over time, I get to dial this stuff in. Overall, though, definitely happy with how this launch has been. All the hard work is paying off, which is awesome. Tell them how I'm gonna get some sleep. Can do, Mana. Next stream, I want to play... I got a couple games lined up. I wanna check out a gas giant and No Man's Sky, so I may end up starting a stream there. And with this mod, like kind of waiting on feedback, this was gonna be a big update. I'm not sure what more to add without getting like a big update, so I will probably start doing the machine mod, and we will really rip into that. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I'll catch y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.